Thank you, Kate. Uh, Fantastic that you've joined us this morning to talk about your story, what's brought you to Brain and Spine Neuro Carers, and also the fact that you discovered Soulsa, which I want to know more about.
Yeah, so I discovered Soulsa, it'll be about 7 months ago. Actually, originally, the original story goes is I'd actually gone to a different brand and looked at this brand. So I kind of opened up and I thought about it, and it was very much a thought and something like, oh, should I do that? Or, oh, that sounds, I'd always liked before actually getting poorly with my own mental health and before becoming a carer and looking after my daughters. I was always into fitness. I was always loving dance. I always loved everything like that. Music really resonated with me. It was such a pick-me-up vibe and something that you can really get out of if you're feeling it. So I'd always actually been into that kind of thing. But about last July, I'd looked at something on Facebook and it was saying train up with a different brand. And I kind of thought, should I do it? Should I do it? And unfortunately, that particular brand I didn't actually go for that one. And then I found I'd been going to some fitness classes, and it was through another instructor said, have you heard of Soulsa? And I said, no, I haven't heard of Soulsa. I've looked into Soulsa. Spoke to the brand creator, Karen Gibson, who creates the brand Soulsa, and just basically took it from there, took the training on. It did take a few times because I wasn't actually building my fitness up, and just found that I absolutely loved it. Qualified the end of when was it? The beginning of August, and set my class for the end of August, my first class. And it's just such an amazing brand, and it's fun. You've got your disco lights, it's done in the dark. The music is vast. It's from Caribbean to salsa it's basically got everything. And it's just a very, you don't have to be at a level of fitness to do it. You can be, I've got ladies from ages young up to 72 in classes. It's inclusive, and that's really what it's about. And it's about letting go. Whenever I take class, I just say, it's about letting go. It's about taking that time out. And I think it's really important for carers and neurological carers to get that time out, because I didn't realize how important it was for myself. So this has just brought in that level of care that I really needed being a carer, because I think we really do pat ourselves. There's so many emotions with caring for neurological people, and there's so many emotions that goes on that we go back. We really need some care ourselves. So we need how to learn how to do that. And for me, I just really want to spread this. Actually, I want to say, if anybody's needing help in any way, I can try and help you with that and guide you with the dance or the fitness. So that's kind of how it came in. It took a bit to get going, because it was a totally different. I'd gone from being a holistic and a hairdresser into the fitness industry, and this is how I came across it. And yeah, I mean, the disco lights behind, and and we've got our LED tambourines that we use. It's just really fun and great. It really is. And it's been a life changer for me as a carer.
I can tell you've got this buzziness about you, which is just wonderful, considering that, I know you've had health needs yourself, and
Yeah.
obviously your girls, and what a remarkable thing to think about ice skating for your daughter. To discover that group as well for her must have been something.
Yeah, that was something I guess I always knew, because obviously I didn't know what was actually wrong with Adonia. But at the beginning of her life, she around about 2 years old, non-verbal, and 3, 4 things weren't getting any better. There was a lots of things. She was poorly, in and out of hospital. So I knew there was something not right. So I guess I just saw that I had to do something for her. You know, we're very, very lucky that she was very physical as well. So I've been very, very lucky in that respect. But in other ways, you know, there was a lot of kids around, friends, children were developing at a different rate in other areas, and I could just see that that wasn't right. So I knew that I had to find something for her to progress and excel in. So basically, I put her to ice skating when she was 5. And I just thought, you know, I loved ice skating, and I just thought, well, something a little bit different, you know. And I'll never forget when she actually stepped on this big rink. She's tiny, and she's still small, but she was tiny back then, Joe. And she stepped, she just went in a voice, because she couldn't speak, you know, and she just shot off, and I went,
Wow.
oh my God, she can do it, you know, she skate. And from that day I got her a coach, and things did go up and down, because it wasn't easy in the 6 years, because we had coaches in Aberdeen, we had different coaches, then we went through COVID, then there was a lockdown, and but I got her the coaches, and then suddenly discovered that obviously that things weren't developing in the ice skate. Well, she did amazing, absolutely amazing, but the development was very different from the other ice skaters. So I found again, looked around and found, rang up Scotland Disability, Sports Disabilities, and found that there was an ice skating inclusive team, and that was in Glasgow, and found that we travelled there, and then she started doing her inclusive skating, and she became a 5 times Gold Championship World inclusive skater. And although she doesn't skate now, it's been the best thing for her. Again, exercise, mental health, moving your body, music, routines, remembering, all the things that really these children or people aren't meant to be able to do with conditions like neurological conditions. And plus there was so many young people, adults, people with neurological conditions, neurodiverse conditions, people who couldn't walk, they've got special skates. It was just
Wow.
amazing. She got asked for the Special Olympics at one point, and then it kind of unfolded that she just wanted to, things were getting a bit too much, but she came away with that, and that's a massive, massive thing that you can say that you've done. And really that's what led me. She changed my world to say, if she can do it, I can do it, and let's help other people and support each other.
Oh, wow. This is just so it's so inspiring just to hear you, you know, as a mum. I know you've had health needs yourself, so you had those challenges and you've come through that. And then, you know, that situation when you think, oh no, here we go, my own daughter's got this now.
Yeah.
But I can just sense that moment of when she got onto the ice and felt free, found her place, you know, where she could be her, but actually feel like she's achieving. And I'd reduce the isolation, I think, as well.
Yes. And I think when you said feel free, that's exactly how you feel when you're dancing, for me
Yeah.
and for others. You know, I would honestly say it doesn't matter how you go in the classes, you will come out feeling that little bit uplifted physically and mentally. And now I know how Adonia felt when she was doing a
Right.
routine, daughter,
Yeah.
and the freedom and how the confidence grows. I really believe that it was a massive part of our life. The confidence is going up. I really believe that not just carers, but people with any form of health challenges, I like to say, because I don't like to call
Mm.
it disabilities, because I think it's
Yeah.
any challenges can make like sport and exercise. And because I think we're looking at it, Joe, from a different point of view. We're looking at it from people going to exercise to lose weight or to do this.
Mm.
We really need to turn this around. We really
Mm.
need to say, you know what, we need to go into exercise for our mental health.
Yes.
that will then create physical good health.
Yeah.
Because I'd actually gained 5 stone while caring for a dog. Obviously, I'm still caring for the girls, but I'd gained
Mm.
5 stone, and I'm still on a journey. But I don't actually think about that. I don't think about that. I just think about how much I enjoy it, and then it kind of flows. And whereas in the past, I couldn't find my way around with the weight thing because of the mental health and the caring,
Mm. Mm.
um, and you it really, really, um, yeah, you really get wrapped up in being a carer and not looking after yourself and
Yes.
putting yourself down there and feeling guilty for putting yourself in, and it's really important not to feel guilty. It's really important to look after yourself. So yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
sorry.
honestly, I'm so resonating with what you're talking about here because I think, I certainly know myself, I've struggled with weight. I know definitely that it was the difficulties of being able to get out and about and
Yeah.
take Jacob to anything or get the childcare or whatever. You fall into that, then you're isolated, so then you start comfort eating, and then the weight goes on, and it all becomes that vicious circle. But you're right, rather than this whole thing like go on a diet or whatever, just find
Yeah.
something that can bring your mood up and then
Yeah.
hopefully mean then that you're not going to be falling into the comfort eating and the other things. You're somewhere there.
Mm.
So talk a
Yeah.
little bit so you do some online groups, don't you?
Yeah, so I do in person and online. So the online's quite new. Online is on a Thursday evening at 7 p.m., but I'm always hoping to open more online. There's space for more online all the time, during the day, anytime. If I got a group of people, and not just women, men, there's other things that I do as well. There's the salsa and there's also the hit mix, and I'm expanding. So there's different kind of brands, and there's different there's dance and there's this. So yes, all of that is online. Um,
So if
it was
anyone wanted to get a taster for what you actually do, because I know you were concerned about the copyright, because we were hoping to do a little snapshot, weren't we? But we've realised now with sharing music and copyright. But you
uh,
probably can find you on YouTube, am I right? Sort of like you could see a little thing of what you do afterwards. We could all go and have a little look and a bit of a boogie.
shimmy, shimmy. Um,
Yes, a
so
bit of a shimmy. Nothing like a shimmy.
yeah, shimmy on top. No, so basically not YouTube, but I can Facebook, and I've just started off on TikTok. TikTok wasn't a thing that I really, really want to go on, but then I went on it, and actually I found that actually, it really does help. But Facebook, Soulsa by Kate Rebecca, and then it have my times. Also Bookwen, so I'm under Bookwen. So if you to go on my page, Soulsa by Kate Rebecca, and then you can always PM. Anybody's welcome to PM me, and also Bookwen, and that has all my times and my dates on when my in-person classes are, and also my online classes as well. So the
Okay.
next class, Joe, is 6:30 Thursday. This is the hit mix one, but I'm always up for creating daytimes as well. Any daytime. If I had a group of people, I would create one. Even if we had
Oh,
6 people, I'd create one.
yeah.
So because
This is
home,
lovely.
it's it's great because you can take it, and the great thing for anyone out there is you don't even have to have your camera on. You could turn that camera off if you're feeling conscious. So the online's really created. So I do have some people who can't quite get to an in-person class because they're just feeling it with their confidence, or they're just not feeling it, and I understand
Mm.
that. I understand that. So you would just pop online, and then it's really nice because the people who've been coming online, I'm gradually building up. They'll gradually popping the camera on each week, so it's almost like they're
So
building
they
up.
joining you whilst you do it live with a group then? Is that possible? Do you ever
So
do that?
well, I have thought about that. I have thought about
Mm,
that's quite a hard thing to set up
I can
because
imagine.
how it's going to go. So last night there was about 18 of us and the hall was really busy. It was an amazing night last night, amazing. And I did a double session and I did think, where could I put that camera? Where could I, you know, put it? But of course I've got to be aware of people, and so it's something that I will progress to.
Yes. Oh,
But
okay. Well, thanks, Kate. I'm just thinking maybe it'd be nice to open up and take some questions. How do you feel about that?